All right, so we are within a quarter of a mile. So if I see that stupid little blue Infiniti coming up the hill, I know that was really creepy. So today we are actually doing another challenge, which is what we do every Thursday, except today's is a bit late because it's now Friday. But it was raining yesterday, so we couldn't do a challenge because the rain would come down on the GoPros and it would be a big mess. But today we are doing a circuit challenge where we're going in opposite directions. So Nick will be taking a right out of here and I'll be taking a left, and we're both going to be doing a big circle to get back to here, which is the starting and finishing line. As I said, it's a circuit. So there has to be some point where we will come across each other. And the problem with that is I'll have to make up a lot of time on the highways because I'll be taking highways first. And the problem comes when you realize that you can consistently go with the same speed whether you're on a back road or on the highway. Whereas my only chance of winning this is on the highway because I can't win.
Do you want me to set, like, I will go the speed limit on the highway?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you should. But we won't make it a rule because then I'll have to do it.
Oh no, I mean, that could be my handicap.
No, that's not fair.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. There's really nothing much more to say, so let's just go. What? Oh, I thought it said battery low. I was like, I've charged it for 3 days. There's no way in heck. Someone called me out on my foul language. And I feel bad for it. I really do. Because they said I can't watch my videos, or I can't watch your videos with my kid. So I'm in this dilemma.
We have some Infiniti updates to do though, so I will go ahead and give Patrick the okay sign, the I'm good to go sign, and yeah, we'll be good to go. His car is started. I think we're good to go.
It's time to go. We had a check engine light, which was terrifying because it, you know, the Range Rover does its thing and it starts up where it always has the lights. Well, rather, every light shows. But it scared me a bit because the check engine light took a bit longer than normal. I was just checking it to make sure my seatbelt's already on. So I have to go down the highway exactly at 12 p.m., which means lunch traffic. Which means we're not in a good shape. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going.
Let's do it. So he has someone turning out in front of him, and I don't. So I've got that going. Actually, no, that person's good. So what's cool about where we're going right here is literally I can actually turn as he's turning, right? It works out perfectly. So he has to come to a stop here, whereas I just have to yield, and I don't see anybody coming. No, we're good. All right, cool, let's go. The race has begun. I like races like this where they start basically instantly. And what's cool about this is we will pass each other at some point. Now, I, in this car, can't go super fast. Now, Patrick did make the point that I'll be able to keep a consistent speed the entire time, and that is true. That is true, I will be able to do that, but, with that being said, I also am still in an all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive, I don't know, I think it's all-wheel drive, Infiniti G35x that we have spent $900 to buy, and it's just like barely running at this point. So that's the thing. We've got 2 check engine lights. I mean, like this thing, it's on its last leg, or it's not. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a tank, and it's just going to keep going forever as long as we like keep up the routine stuff, you know, replace belts and change the oil and do all that stuff and brakes and everything. But otherwise, I think it's just going to keep running. But I'm probably wrong here. But here's what I will say. This thing is not fun on back roads.
So the problem, like I was saying before, is I have almost a handicap in this race, which probably means, and we should probably just go ahead and bet on Nick winning. Because if we're being honest, and I think we should, honesty's a good policy. But if we're being honest, I'm stuck at a red light already. He's going to be able to fly through these back roads, and I can't do that. The Range Rover just doesn't do back roads. I mean, it can. It's just I don't like doing them.
It's okay, but it's nowhere near as sporty and nimble as, you know, a sports car, like the 4 Series we had was, or anything like that. It is all about, you know, you kind of have to be careful, and you're going to oversteer a lot and stuff like that. Or understeer, sorry. You're going to understeer a lot. I get those mixed up. But yes, you're going to be understeering quite a bit. So, I mean, we come in here, and it's like I'm in the other lane if I try to whip it really, really hard. So you can't do that. You got to, like, kind of ease yourself into the turns and things like that. And I don't know, this is just going to be really interesting. I'm really curious where I'm going to hit Patrick at. Now, here's the deal. If he gets caught by every single red light, that's going to absolutely suck for him.
So Nick is probably right now blasting through back roads, and I am going 0 miles per hour, and I'm near out of fuel. That's the story with this car, isn't it? My GoPro has fallen, and the light changed right as it fell, and I need to be able to put it back on, but I can't. Please don't fall again. Please. Whatever you do, don't fall again.
Like, I really hope he doesn't. I hope Patrick just blazes through the red lights and doesn't get caught by a single one. The thing is, though, we're doing this right at noon. Like, currently, if I check my Fitbit here, it is 12:01, like, on the dot. So because of that, it's going to have lunchtime traffic in, like, the city portion of this race. Obviously, these back roads, completely clear. Nobody's on them, but the city portion of this race is going to be quite crazy in the traffic, like, center of town there. So yeah, I don't know, this is going to be really interesting, and I'm really, really excited for it.
Getting a weird rattle from my right wheel, which is interesting. It sounds a bit like the control arms, but I've had the control arms replaced, unless they actually weren't replaced by the shop that was supposed to do them, because I also was supposed to have an alignment, in which they didn't do. I thought, you know what, I'll go to this place that advertises they work specifically on Rovers. That was a bad idea. The place was awful. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, Rovers are their passion, they'll do a great job with it. They didn't. My car had just been detailed. They left it outside for a week to do control arms and brakes. A week. And then they were supposed to do an alignment with the front lower control arms as well, which apparently I was told by the owner of the other shop I take it to that they do their alignments for them. So I was going to pay $40 more for an alignment that, one, they didn't do, and two, that the shop I normally take it to does. For $40 more! And they didn't even do it! So needless to say, I will never go there again. Because I thought I would save some money by taking it to them, and I actually spent $200 more than if I had done the work at European Auto Garage. It's just where everyone should take their car.
Basically, the route that I'm taking here is kind of like down and around. That is one thing, I've mentioned this before, the roads around here make these challenge races just absolutely incredible to do, giving us tons of different options. So, hey, that commercial building that's not a commercial building, that is a commercial building, is for rent. It's just on a random back road, and it looks like a commercial building, but it's not. I think it's actually an apartment. I don't know. But whew, I think I'm going to do some jamming, man. It's been a while since I've got to jam on a race. Over a week. I'm used to it for it just being a week. This one extra day, it's really tearing me up. And I'm also caught behind an old Camry. So let's just go ahead and see what's on the radio.
So I'm supposed to go all the way down AJ Highway up until the point where I hit, it's called No Way Jose's. Or No Way Jose. Holston's. Holston's is next to it. I turn there. I'm currently going 50. I mean 40, because the speed limit's 40, so I'm going 40. And this rattle is quite alarming. I don't know what it is. I'm also extremely hungry. It's noon, and I've been up since 7, haven't had a thing to eat today, and I feel like I'm about to fall over, but I know if I just power through, I'll be fine. I hope.
Pay attention to the road, Nick. Pay attention to the road. I was a little over in there, and then a Camry, newer Camry this time, came by. The old Camry actually just turned off. So, we are back in clear roads, and I don't think I need to do too much jamming, just because I almost ran off the road. when I did that. However, Patrick did. Last episode, there was some times where, you know, obviously it was cut out, but I was just sitting in silence, focusing on driving the road. And Patrick kind of made fun of me for that I was just sitting in silence. He said it was dreadful, I think. And it was, to watch and edit, I'm sure. But in the moment, I was driving very sportsly. So we've now hit the stop signs here on, like, this road. It's complete. You can't see anything. You cannot see if anything is coming. And there used to not be any stop signs, but now there's stop signs. So we got that going for us. Good city of Morristown actually doing something. Actually doing something. That is impressive. You don't see that often. And Patrick calls this he actually just called it before this race, the steep uphill banked turn, and it actually is kind of that. So yeah, it's actually pretty pleasant to do in a sports car. In this car, it's and in a Range Rover, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely horrifying.
This race honestly shouldn't take that long, which is good because I don't have too much time to edit it. But there is going to be a point where I come across Nick, and if I come across him too soon, we're screwed. But if I don't come across him soon enough, then I know that we're winning too badly. But the thing is, I cannot run into this. Traffic is awful. It is bumper to bumper over there. Bumper to bumper. It's like Atlanta traffic, except it has a Doug DeMiro warranty on it. DeMiro. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. Then again, I doubt most people could say my last name. Red light. We're going through it. I want to point out it wasn't actually red. It was yellow. And as we know, yellow is a challenge. It means speed up and see who can win. And I won that time.
Now, the interesting thing about this route is that it actually adds in a few, like an extra red light that doesn't necessarily need to be there, right? So we are going to be going to a red light. We could turn right at one red light, or we could turn, like, go straight and then, like, add in an extra red light. And we added in that extra red light because I think that is going to be the area where, in fact, Patrick and I do pass each other. Because my speed on this back road has been averaging probably about 45-ish, and I'm guessing that's about what he's averaging on the highway. So this is going to be interesting. However, I'm going to freak out if he, like, I go around this corner and he's there. Like, if I meet him before my first red light, I am going to, I'm screwed. I've lost. Like, that's kind of where it's at. So, oh man, okay. So I'm actually going quite sportily now. We've hit like a back road. Ah! Okay. That was pretty scary there. That was pretty scary, not gonna lie. One of the races that I think we may do next week is a car switcher challenge where I, in fact, drive the Range Rover and Patrick drives this car. That would be interesting because Patrick has said that he has some things to say about the Infiniti, and I'm sure they're not too good, so I would love to see his thoughts on this car. The car that, like I said, is now blowing white smoke.
Got pulled over for running a red light once. That happened. We're now sitting in more traffic behind a Yukon, which I actually really like. I really like the Yukon, especially the Denali. That looks quite nice. Okay, so I have one more red light to go. Now I know at this point I'm 7 minutes in, 8.5 minutes in actually. She was pretty. Anyway, I'm about 7 minutes, 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in now. We're finally to the red light that I need to turn at. But the problem is Nick's 9 minutes in, and I know he's going to be much further along than me, and I didn't make as good of a time on the highway as I thought I would. So, this is actually a highway, but they've built the city on it, so it's not much of a highway anymore.
This really has just became a beater car. We passed 195. Actually, we are at 195999 right now. One more mile, and we will pass 196,000 miles on the Infiniti. It's kind of impressive. We've driven it now over 1,000 miles since we originally purchased the car, and the goal is to get it over 200,000. That'll be our next oil change at 200,000. So the goal is to get it there, and then it'll be to 205 and see how far we can go. I actually think about 220 would be where this car really starts to get to the point to where you have catastrophic failure.
I'm now at the red light I need to turn at. 9 minutes in. I am genuinely stressed about this one. I don't know why, but I've not been that like stressed about races in a while, but I have this feeling that I'm just going to lose this one. And I don't want to lose. Not to that car. Like, I didn't mind losing to the BMW. But losing to the Infiniti G35x, I mean, it just kind of says sad things. Okay, so I don't know if I'm at my halfway point yet. You would think that because it's a circuit and I turned off and that's where Nick has to turn, that would be halfway, but that's not necessarily true. And I'm just expecting, ooh, there's a first generation Cayenne. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, and you would just expect that Nick would win this one, and you would expect that would be the halfway point, but it's not. I'm also expecting, no! No! This has happened too many times. What if I put it over here? That'll give us a different angle. Oh my God, there's Patrick. We're meeting at exactly where I thought we would meet. He is right here. He is right here. Oh! But I need to check him. No! There's Nick! No! I'm screwed. I'm fucked. Because we are well not at the halfway point yet, and he's sitting right there. Oh, shit. Oh, what was I talking about being... No! I have a red light and he's going! No! 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 Oh man, he has made very, very good time. Okay, I'm gonna get my phone out. Patrick might not use this footage because I know he doesn't like the phone footage, but literally Patrick is right here at this red light. I have gotten a green light. I have gotten a green light. Oh, that is absolutely awesome. So he's still sitting back at that red light, and I am now in the green and on the go. I need to roll up this window because I'm sure you can hear the cats rattling on the Infiniti. Those are still bad, by the way. Shit. Shit. Fuel light is now very on. Shit, 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 shit. I don't think I'm going to win this. I think he's going to obliterate me. Also, there was a weird tapping noise when I went over that bump. Okay, doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the car. Ambulance. They're coming to get me because I saw Nick and had a heart attack. Okay, so that may have been the halfway point. That red light may have been the halfway point, but I don't know. But Nick is now on the highway, which means I have to almost floor it, but I can't because it's a tank, and tanks don't move. Well, it's not that much of a tank. There's a Hummer H1, or that's a military spec. I don't know, but I'd imagine that's much more unpleasant to drive on back roads and main roads and highways and all the time. No! We make straight pipe it. I don't know. I don't have a lift, and it doesn't seem like, you know, like running with no cats. Why not? But so we have passed each other right back there. Oh man, I was jamming in everything. I expected us to pass on this road, but he made a lot better time than I thought. Ooh, this isn't good, everyone. This isn't good. Okay, so now I am hitting city streets. The reason I did that is because there's a very, very slow Toyota in front of me. The advantage of running on the highway here, though, is that we can, in fact, pass people. Right, we've got 2 lanes so we can pass people. I was very fortunate there. Nobody was in front of me, really at all on the back roads. I got stuck behind a slow Camry for just a little bit of time, but all right, there's a cop there, and I don't have any brake lights, so I'm just gonna do this and just kind of roll on up. It's not that I don't have any brake lights, by the way. It's that mine are just, one of mine is out, so trying not to get noticed by him. And just kind of slow down real quick, and then hopefully we can let the cop by. It's kind of a strategy at this point to not get caught by this police officer. Something is horribly wrong with this GoPro. But hey, we're getting different camera angles. I don't know if this is going to work. It's not. That's not the right angle. Okay, come on now. If I'm stopped, he can see my brake lights, everybody. So we kind of need to keep consistent motion. Oh gosh, this is going poorly. That's what this is doing. This is going poorly. My GoPro has fallen like 4 times. Stay. Why won't you stay?
see him coming up. We are trying to stay off of the radar of the police officer here. And it looks like I'm going to be able to, because he got hit by that red light and I was able to make it through. Alrighty. Cool, cool, cool. It looks like we are in the home. There's a big group of people just running across the road. I mean, we are talking a significant amount of people. This has stopped up traffic. Okay, I really want us to buy some new GoPros and like some more GoPros. That way you guys can see what we're looking at. I know that is a thing that you guys have requested, and it is in our plans. We'll be buying them very, very soon. But there's just a gaggle of people running. There's a lot of people out today, actually. Like, I know I mentioned the lunchtime traffic, but this is a bit excessive. And I can't even get into the other lane right now because there's so many people in the other lane to be able to pass. Okay, here we go. This is my chance. This is my chance. The Infiniti's mirrors, by the way, are the size of pencils. I mean, they are very, very small mirrors. I mean, literally smaller than my hand. And so because of that, you always have to look over your shoulder. You can't rely on your mirrors in this car. Pro tip, don't rely on your mirrors if you're driving an Infiniti G35. And as a matter of fact, if you see someone in an Infiniti G35, just assume they are not using their mirrors either. Okay, we've got some sharp corners coming up, so we're going down a damp road, but we've got all-wheel drive! Anyone who enjoys driving their L322 down back roads is psychotic. It's got great air suspension that can level it out and do great things with it, but it's not doing that. It's not. The L320, however, the Range Rover Sport from the first generation, is actually quite a beast on back roads. You put the terrain response down into sport mode, I think it's sport mode. And it's a completely different animal. On top of that, I'm not driving this in the sport transmission mode because I don't like how it shifts. It's not comfortable. And I like my car to be comfortable. That was a sharp turn, actually. But that's unpleasant. But whatever they do to the transmission to make it do that, it's unpleasant. Alrighty, I feel like we're in the home stretch at this point. Like, we are over halfway there. The halfway point was where Patrick and I passed each other, and so we are in the home stretch. It's all about whether or not this traffic holds me up enough to get beat by Patrick here. And I hope it doesn't, but I feel like he is flying. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty confident, actually, that he's ahead right now, which would be kind of crazy. The Infiniti losing to the Range Rover in a challenge that had some, like, back road sportiness in it. So, yeah. Okay, come on. We're getting up to the average speed limit. We're slowing back down. We've not even really hit the speed limit yet on these, like, highway streets here, because it's just like, you get up and then you immediately drop back down. There was an X5. It was a beautiful X5. Thoughts on the X5? The one that we, like, reviewed was the older X5. Wasn't too great. I've been caught at a red light, which isn't good here, but this is my first red light. Oh, I might be able to pass Patrick here if we can make it through this red light and not get caught by any more. But if we get caught, like, start getting caught by every single red light, we're going to be screwed here. My brights have been on. I'd assume the GoPro did that. Shift. But yeah, I don't like the transmission in sport mode. It just doesn't feel right. It shifts too hard. And as old as this car's getting, hard shifting is not what it needs. Okay. Sharp corner! So now, it took me 10 minutes to get to that light. It's taken us 4 minutes to get here. I know I was holding up 5, but I was telling Nick to hold on. That's what I was doing. We may actually win this. But I don't know. Normally the suspense doesn't get to me, but where this is such a short race and it's a circuit and we've already seen Nick, this might actually, I don't know, this might work out. I don't know the point in this race aside from just racing. Like, this doesn't prove either car is better than the other, minus the Infiniti is probably much more pleasant on these back roads. This one's close. It's not rock music, I get that, but still. There was people in the car right across the street, and they saw me doing my rock out thing, and they were rolling. They thought it was hilarious. Anyway. No, I'm just kidding. We're on the home stretch at this point. We are doing this. We're back moving. We made it through the red light. We've made it through the next red light right after that one. At this point, if I don't get caught by any red lights, I am taking a much more direct route than Patrick is, right? And we're actually up to the speed limit now, going 45. We can do this stuff. And I don't want to speed too much. This car attracts attention of police officers, old 7 Series. So I don't want to go too fast here and like knock it out of the park or draw a lot of attention to myself and get pulled over. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get over here. Ooh, it looks like I think I'm going to win this one. I think I'm going to win this one. Looks like we're going to be able to make it through this red light. And then we'll be in the home stretch. Oh, no! No! The red light changed on me. Ah!
Forgot that turn was there. Okay, so we're coming up to church. It says church. It's everywhere in East Tennessee. Everywhere's a church. You got a house? Make it a church. Might as well. Oh, oh. Big Rover, send petrol right over. No, seriously, I'm gonna need some. Luckily, where we're going has a gas station. There goes all my money. All right, so it says slow. We can't do that. Not at the moment. We've got to drive the Range Rover briskly and quickly and waft along through these back roads. There's just a few more. And there's a mail delivery truck. And I'm going 50. Actually, I don't. I think that was actually just a man getting his mail. Sorry. Okay, so 15 minutes in. 16 minutes in. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. This is the last road I need to take, and now it's a straight shot to the meeting point. No traffic, no traffic, no traffic. I'm going. Oh, this is so close. I could have ran that red light. I should have ran that red light, I guess, because it was yellow, and if I had floored it, I might have been able to make it, but I didn't know. It was like probably about 3 cars away from the red light when it changed. This is, okay. Ooh, we got a quick change here. I will hit you, Lexus. Actually, no, you need to hit me. If I hit anybody, we've only got liability on this thing. I don't, like, the car is worth nothing. So we need the Lexus to hit us, not we hit the Lexus. Okay, bunch of traffic up here, but I can bypass most of this traffic because I'm in a turn lane that's going to bypass it. Oh man, will Patrick have won this race? I really hope he has it. I really want to win this one. It's been a little while since we've won one, I think. I mean, I guess we did win actually quite a few races. I don't see a Range Rover on the road up there. It's above the parking lot we're going to. So let's see if he's sitting in the parking lot all smug. No time to stop, because I don't know where Nick will be at this point. Who's listed a house in there? Oh, she's a sweet lady. We used to sell real estate. She was a nice lady. I think Nick had a thing for her. She was 80. And to tell that story, it all happened one time when we went to a meeting and she said something about her birthday, and Nick said, "You don't look a day over 30. And from that point on, I never confronted him. I think they had something going on. All right, so we are within a quarter of a mile. Ah! Ah! It's my dream house. It's beautiful. Okay, so if I see that stupid little blue Infiniti coming up the hill, like I have won yet again in my Porsche British Range Rover, where I'm like, JDM, bro. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think we've won. I really do. I don't see Patrick. I know. No! 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 I'm watching it pull in and this truck is stopping. No! Yes, we are the winners. Is that him? I think that's him right there. I literally think he is coming around the corner, which would make sense. I mean, these routes are very, very similar. So I got to get into a parking position here, and I'll get the phone out. And actually, he doesn't like when I use the phone, which is fair. So, all right, let's go ahead. There's a person parked over here. They're going to be like, what the hell are these two guys doing? Yes, I see the Range Rover. I am
victorious, everybody. Yes!
I'm mad at this truck because he wasn't going quicker.
Winner chicken dinner, everybody. Look at that. Where's Patrick at? Oh, look, he's taking the long route around the roots of shame, around the cars and over to... Look at that. The long route of shame.
I was coming over the hill of Stonecrest saying, if I see that stupid little blue Infiniti pulling in, I'm gonna be pissed. And what'd you do? You pulled in! Damn it. It was so close. It took me 10 minutes to get through town.
Really?
Yeah, I got stuck at that light for 2 minutes.
That's what I was saying. If you got hit by a bunch of red lights, it was going to really screw your pooch. But we were very, very close there. That was a close race.
Shit!
And your winner is, in fact, me. I won this one. Patrick won the last one. And, yeah, that is freaking awesome. So, ow, that hurt. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So, are you happy with the results?
Thrilled. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this race. See you next time.